the JW Marriott ballroom, there was a celebration of one of Ekta's shows. And I was waiting for my drink and I overheard Raju bhai say, "Arey, inko Mihir bana de kya?" He said it so loudly. I think over that music, half the hall must have heard it.
Hi, and joining us on midday.com, we have an actor who's received love on all platforms, Mr. Ronit Roy himself.
Thank you.
And sir, it's been a long journey. And of course, we have to talk about Kasautii, one of your shows that's still remembered even today. And as Rishabh Bajaj, I think the kind of impact that you had, not many actors have that, and the kind of love that you received. So, what are your memories of that time?
I am absolutely, totally grateful for having received that love. Of course, this receiving of love cannot be planned.
Yeah.
कि मैं ऐसा करूँगा तो मुझे प्यार मिलेगा. तो ऐसा जब प्लान होता है तो वो फ्लॉप हो जाता है. वो चलता नहीं है. कर्म किए जाओ, फल की चिंता मत करो, इच्छा मत करो. That's what I believe in. That's what I've been doing. And every work of mine, whether by the audience or the critics, has been rewarded by love. And I consider myself extremely fortunate. I consider myself more fortunate than most other actors. That I might not have had great commercial successes. I've seen my share of 100 crore films.
Yeah.
Been part of that. Been parts of total duds and disasters. But all throughout, the love has remained constant, and I'm eternally grateful for that.
Yeah, that's so true. In fact, the lead couple, Anurag and Prerna, like no one would imagine someone who comes in between would receive that kind of appreciation and love. So was it surprising for you as well?
Yeah. I received a lot of love from everybody except Anurag and Prerna. Obviously.
Yeah.
बड़ा सुनने मिलता था कि किस से आए, क्यों आए? Yeah, I mean, nobody likes the thunder to be stolen. That initial reaction is always a knee jerk. Yeah, like I said, it feels amazing. Again, it's not, the want is there. You want to get that love, but it's never taken for granted. So when it's received, it just that.
True. And from what we know, it was planned for a limited time, the character, and it went on for years.
Correct. So it was a 3-month role. And that was the brief given to me, that it's a 3-month role. You have to make your hair salt and pepper. And Ekta said you have to do it because no other actor is ready to put white in their hair at this age. And she wants a younger actor to play an older man. वो जो youthful वाला जो चक्कर होता है, Richard Gere type. The man comes into this woman's life. The woman's lover is almost divorced. By the time the lover is divorced from his wife, she is married to him and this person has died. So she's a widow. So widow and a just divorcee, they cannot meet. So that was the story. But I think it was 1 week down the line when I was called back to the Balaji Telefilms office and I said, shit, मेरी नौकरी गई. तो उस टाइम पे इतना खौफ होता था टेलीफिल्म्स ऑफिस का, बालाजी टेलीफिल्म्स ऑफिस में बुलाया गया मतलब आपको कुछ डांट पड़ने वाली है, ऐसा था. Luckily that was not the case. I was called in to say that we have to extend your contract to 1 year. And 9 years, then everybody knows that story.
Yeah, and soon after you also had another iconic role, Mihir, Virani. So how did that come? Was that a surprise for you?
No, that was not a surprise because I knew that they were going to offer it to me. Okay. Not for certain, but I'll tell you how it happened. So 2002 July, I was brought into Kasautii, and somewhere in the end September, at the JW Marriott ballroom, there was a celebration of one of Ekta's shows. And I had gone to the bar to get myself a drink. And Raju bhai, who was the writer of Kyunki, was standing with Ekta at the end of the bar. And I was waiting for my drink. And I overheard Raju bhai say, "Arey, inko Mihir bana de kya?" He said it so loudly. I think over that music, half the hall must have heard it. So I heard it. So when they called me, it was just a mohar ki हाँ बुलाया. तो वो उतना पता था कि फोन आने वाला है, ऐसा जो संकेत तो मिल गया था मुझे. So it was not a complete surprise. But of course, I had my fingers crossed because Mihir Virani was the most iconic role at that time on TV. And so, what can I say? 2002 was one of the best years of my life. Yeah.
True.
And Kyunki at that time what? Till about 7 years was the #1 show, and Kasautii was the #2 show. कहानी घर घर की was #3. कहानी घर घर की और कसौटी में कभी वो 2-3 का इंटरचेंज लगा रहता था.
And how did you manage the hectic schedules of TV?
अरे they called me यार. They said 12 घंटा देना है. So I asked them, I said, how will I I said, I'm dying on one show. So, 12 hours you're releasing me after 16 hours, 18 hours, sometimes no releasing, sleeping in the studio only. I said, sir, 12 घंटे ही तो देना है. So I said, अच्छा, मतलब ये जो 12, 16, 18 चल रहा है, इसी में दोनों मैनेज कर लेंगे. तो अपना टाइमिंग यही रहेगा. Then I started shooting, and then from 7 to 7, because Smriti used to come early.
Yeah.
So 7 to 7 we used to shoot Kyunki, AM to PM. And then PM to AM, I used to shoot Kasautii.
Oh my God.
Then after a week of shooting, I said, hello, I have not gone home for a week. I said, you said 12 hours. हाँ sir, 12 घंटा ही तो है. मैं किधर 12 घंटा? I said, I'm 24 hours I'm working. अब तो सर 12 and 12. I said, अच्छा. Okay. But I never complained. I said, see, I had gotten work after 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Right? So I was hungry for work. I was hungry for food, hungry for work, hungry for success, hungry for everything. And that was not really the time to complain. And then my directors, everybody by that time knew. And I was not at that time as young as the other boys. So they all knew that yaar, he's working round the clock. So Qaid hota tha, Qaid Kuwajarwala, Hussein's brother, who was directing Kasautii. So he was very, very helpful. So वो कुछ mathematics करता था. He used to shoot a scene with me, take my closes, and then do my closes for the other scene. They used to say, go sleep for 1 hour while I do the other people's work. So kabhi that 1 hour used to become 1.5 hours. So that 1 hour of sleep, then half an hour of sleep, then I used to sleep 3-4 hours in 24 hours, but lunch, to finish lunch in 5 minutes and then sleep for 45 minutes.
That sounds crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, but when the drive is there,
Correct.
that happens. I never felt it.
Like you said, you have seen, periods of no work and then massive work as well. So how did you keep yourself motivated through that low period?
I have never needed to go look for all these things. Motivation, inspiration. वो अपने आप आता है. People, it comes to me. I guess I'm blessed. I've never been unmotivated. So I've always been a runner. I've always ran. Yeah, I've taken breaks, 2 to 3 month breaks. Then, when my jeans don't start become tight, you start running again. I love running. That running somehow has, in my days of no work, has made me release that so-called depressive state or whatever. And I'm a happy soul. And then inspiration comes via people around us. People say sometimes some very brilliant things, which most other people in the room don't pay attention to. I pay attention to those things, and those things stick.
Yeah, and you have done some wonderful movies as well. So if you'd like to tell us about, any special memories from those, from your recent releases, and of course your upcoming releases as well, what do we expect next?
Recent releases, I can only talk about Shamshera. Although the film didn't do too well, but I was part of the filming. And I have seen the blood and sweat that has gone into the film. It's very unfortunate that the film didn't do well as expected, as much as we expected it to. Some great experiences while working on that film. Everything was, every face in that film was textured. So the effort that has gone into that film. Otherwise, whenever you're on set, there are so many experiences. It's difficult to kind of put it in a nutshell. Next year is very interesting. There's Bloody Daddy by Ali Abbas Zafar and Himanshu Mehra, co-starring Shahid's in it. Shahid, Diana, Sanjay Kapoor, Rajiv Khandelwal. Then there's Shehzada with Kartik, Kriti, Paresh Bhai, Manisha Koirala. Film with the debut director. It's a Murad Bhai's film with Aditya Roy Kapoor and Mronal Thakur. So yeah, next year is a very interesting lineup. I've okayed 2 other scripts which I'll start shooting in another year. There's a web series which is again very interesting. So next year, yeah, good lineup.
Looking forward to all the wonderful work coming our way. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you so much.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.